Good afternoon, Excellencies, distinguished guests, officials from ministries, media, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you to this special ambassador reception being held at Sushma Swaraj Bhavan as a precursor to the second WHO Summit on Traditional Medicine 2025, jointly hosted by Ministry of Ayush, Government of India and WHO. Today marks not just a gathering of nations, but a conference of shared vision of health, heritage, and global cooperation in advancing traditional medicines for a healthier world. Before starting the formal event, may I request Secretary Ayush, sir, I request Secretary Ayush sir to welcome Honorable Minister with a bouquet of flowers. And also a pot of medicinal plant, that is a Ashwagandha plant. So I request Secretary sir to give a pot of Ashwagandha plant to Minister. Now I request J.S. Monalisa Das Madam to welcome Secretary Ayush with bouquet of flowers. And also Dr. Katrina, Senior Advisor to Director General WHO and Official in Charge, WCRO. And also to give pot of medicinal plant, Ashwagandha, to Dr. Katrina. I request J.S. Monalisa Das Madam to welcome Secretary West, Minister of External Affairs, with a bouquet of flowers. And also with a pot of medicinal plant of Ashwagandha. Now I request Director Ayush Jasminder Singh to come on the stage. And welcome Dr. Poonam Khetrapal, Regional Director, WHO Southeast Asia Region. To give a bouquet and also a medicinal plant of Ashwagandha. Now I request Dr. Jasminder ji to felicitate Dr. Syama Kuruvilla, Director WHO GTMC, with the bouquet of flower and medicinal plant Ashwagandha. May also request to welcome J.S. Monalisa Das with a bouquet of flower and medicinal plant. Now to formally set the tone of the day, it is my privilege to invite Padma Shri Awardee Vaidya Rajesh Kotecha, Secretary Ministry of Ayush, to deliver the opening remark. Please, sir.
Honorable Minister, Ayush Minister Sri Pratap Rao Jadhav ji, my colleague from Ministry of External Affairs, Excellency Secretary C.B. Georgie, the Excellencies, distinguished ambassadors, members of the diplomatic corps, representatives from the WHO, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Also, I welcome Ms. Katarina, Shamaji and Poonamji on the stage. It is my privilege to welcome you on behalf of the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, to this ambassador's reception for the forthcoming second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine, to be held from 17th to 19th December 25 at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. At the very outset, allow me to express my sincere appreciation for your presence here today. Your participation exemplifies the growing global commitment toward holistic health, sustainable wellness, and strengthening traditional systems of medicine as integral component of public health. As many of your countries were a part of the first WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine held in 2023 at Gandhinagar, Gujarat, as a co-branded event of G20 Health Summit. Your active engagement, your contributions, and the collective diplomatic energy resulted in the historic Gujarat Declaration during this event, and this landmark outcome was driven by your leadership, and it continues to guide the global agenda on traditional medicine. Later on, this Gujarat Declaration also was very helpful for the release of WHO Global Strategy on Traditional Medicine from 25 to 34 during last WHA. This year, we aspire to take a significant leap forward. Your missions serve as the flag bearers of your nations on Indian soil. The support from all of the excellencies and enthusiasm will play a decisive role in shaping this upcoming summit into a global success. I request, not just officially, but personally also, that each of you extend your full support in mobilizing high-level participation from your respective governments. Your involvement is vital to ensuring that this platform becomes a truly collaborative global movement. I would also like to extend a special note of gratitude to my dear friend, Honorable Ambassador C.B. Georgie and his team. Their unwavering support, guidance, and its initiative have not only shaped this ambassador's reception, but also enabled us to secure wide media outreach. I would like to mention that this event is being organized by WHO and hosted in India. So WHO and India is partnering for this very big global event, and expectation of participation more than 100 countries. This initiative also have not only shaped this global outreach, but also ensuring that the message and mission of this summit reach every corner of the world. Thank you, Excellencies, for your partnership. Thank you, Ambassador C.B. George, for your leadership also. The theme of this year's summit, Restoring Balance, the Science and Practice of Health and Well-being, echoes the essence of harmony between the individual, the community, and the planet. It aligns profoundly with the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. India has been the epicenter of healing, not just curing. Our traditional medicine systems, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha, Sovarikpa, are rooted in the belief that health is not merely the absence of disease, but the presence of balance. Balance within the self, with others, and with the nature. Today, as the world faces an increasing burden of stress, chronic illnesses, and environmental challenges, this integrated approach to wellness is not a choice, but it is a necessity. Through this summit, together, with the WHO, the aim is to strengthen standards and quality assurance, advance research and evidence generation, promote equitable access to traditional medicine, and foster meaningful international collaboration. The forthcoming summit will convene health ministers, scientists, researchers, practitioners, innovators, and global thought leaders. The diplomatic community to define the future of traditional medicine also will participate with the evolving global health landscape. So, through this platform of today, I also invite all of your good self excellencies personally to participate into this event as well. Excellencies, this is a defining moment. Traditional medicine is not a sector, it is a global resource, a wisdom, heritage, and that belongs to all humanity. Let's move forward not as an individual nations, but as custodians of collective knowledge. Let's send a powerful message that when science, tradition, and global solidarity unite, the world heals. In closing, I invite you to join us in this shared mission, a united movement to create a healthier, more balanced world for the generations to come. Let us restore balance, not only for the people, not only for the communities, but for the planet. With the power of traditional systems of healing, we can shape a future where well-being is universal, sustainable, and accessible to all. Thank you. My namaste to all of you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words and setting the ball rolling for this special event. Your leadership continues to guide the integration of traditional medicine into global health framework with clarity and conviction. Thank you, sir. Now it is my honor to invite Dr. Poonam Khetrapal Singh, Regional Director Emeritus WHO Southeast Asia Region and Senior Advisor on Traditional Medicine to the WHO DG, to deliver the special address. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Ayush, Government of India, Officer in Charge, CRO, WHO, Excellencies, Ambassadors, Secretary West, MEA, Secretary Ayush, and other senior officials of the Government of India, esteemed colleagues from WHO headquarters, GTMC, Jamnagar, regional and country offices. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this precursor program for the WHO meeting, the Global Summit that will be held in Delhi in December. We are all aware that when the curtain is raised on the Global Summit, the spotlight will focus on the important but often under-recognized contribution that traditional medicine is making to the world. At this juncture, I would like to draw your attention to the larger picture, in which the World Health Organization has sought to achieve health for all as its goal for the past 75 years. Not health for some, not health for many, but health for all. This does not mean health in a physical sense. It also means well-being. To achieve this goal, the Alma Ata Declaration of 1978 makes two very important declarations. First, that primary health care is essential for achieving health for all. And second, that primary health care must be based on scientific and socially acceptable standards, including traditional medicine. Thus, safe and effective traditional medicine has a definite and significant role in achieving our core objective. WHO is committed to developing the scientific basis for traditional medicine sector and to support its safe and effective use in all member countries. For centuries, traditional indigenous medicine and, importantly, ancestral knowledge has been an integral source for health in households and communities, and it continues to form a significant part of healthcare in many regions. 170 out of WHO's 194 member states report on the use of herbal medicines, acupuncture, yoga, indigenous therapies, and other forms of traditional medicine. Many countries now recognize that traditional medicine is a valuable source of healthcare and have taken steps to integrate practices, products, and practitioners into their national systems. Today, traditional medicine has become a global phenomenon. The demand is growing, with patients seeking more holistic and personalized healthcare. For millions, especially those living in remote rural areas, it continues to be the first choice for health and well-being, offering care that is culturally acceptable, available, and affordable. And I, Excellencies, have personally witnessed this when I was posted in the districts of this country. WHO's work on traditional medicine responds to requests from countries for robust evidence and data to inform policies and practice, global standards and regulations to ensure safety, quality, and equitable access. The 2018 Declaration of Astana, which many of you would be familiar with, 40 years after the historic Alma-Ata meeting, reiterates the need to include traditional medicine, knowledge, and technologies in the delivery of primary health care. This has paved the way for the G20 and BRICS countries to amplify the call for greater attention and recognition of the vital role of traditional medicine towards health and well-being. So, the momentum, Excellencies, is growing. I'm aware that almost all countries of our Southeast Asia region have developed and implemented a national policy for traditional medicine. WHO has developed traditional medicine modules of the International Classification of Diseases, ICD-11, covering traditional Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Indian medicine that includes Ayurveda, Siddha, and Unani systems. Using the ICD-11 data standards will support robust international data collection and analysis to inform and improve policies and practice. The recent adoption of the Global Strategy for Traditional Medicine at the World Health Assembly in Geneva last year underlines the case for investing in traditional medicine as a cornerstone of health and well-being. Next month, the WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine will take this momentum forward. GTMC Jamnagar reminds me of the wonder which is shaping up at Jamnagar, and which in turn is transforming Jamnagar gradually but surely into a model city, a project worth looking forward to. GTMC, on the one hand, is creating real-world benchmarks, and on the other is also making a giant leap into the virtual space with Traditional Medicine Global Library, a virtual repository of the global knowledge and the much-needed evidence bank of traditional medicine to be launched in the summit. We look forward to supporting your political leadership in fast-tracking this agenda, delivering healthcare that is accessible, affordable, comprehensive, and quality assured. Let us act on our historic commitments and accelerate our work together to achieve a person-centered, holistic approach to health and well-being for a biodiverse planet and a healthier, more equitable, and sustainable future for all. On behalf of WHO Director General Dr. Tedros, I once again thank you and extend a very warm welcome to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Poonam, for a deep deeply insightful words and for highlighting the crucial role traditional medicine plays in achieving universal health coverage and holistic well-being. This ambassadors event would not have been possible without the strong support and partnership of the Ministry of External Affairs. We are honored to have with us Sri C.V. George, Secretary West, Ministry of Ministry of External Affairs, whose efforts have been instrumental in bringing this day to life. May I now request Dr. Sri C.V. George to address the gathering, please, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Minister of Ayush, Sri Pratap Rao Yadav ji, our Secretary of Ayush, Honorable Vaidya Rajesh Kotecha ji, distinguished guests on the dais, ambassadors, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by extending a very warm welcome to all ambassadors and diplomats who are present here today in this important meeting to introduce the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine, which is being organized by Government of India, Ministry of Ayush, and the World Health Organization in this December at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. The two speakers before me have beautifully presented the importance of traditional medicine, importance of Ayurveda, and related facilities and benefits. So I would not like to talk about it. As you are all aware, India has long been the cradle of healing traditions. Ayurveda, the science of life, was born in this soil, but it has now spread all over the world. You go to any corner in any country or any city in the world, you will see the presence of yoga and Ayurveda there. As an ambassador who lived in 11 countries, I can vouch for it. Yoga and Ayurveda have become so popular all across the globe, and I'm very happy to participate in this meeting where we look forward to a wonderful, great event which is being hosted by our Honorable Minister of Ayush. As you are aware, we have been making preparations for this for some time. We look forward to participation at senior level from each of your countries. I am confident that with your support, we would be able to make this a major event, a very successful event, a memorable event. The summit will only be as strong as the participation it attracts. We therefore warmly invite and encourage all the governments to nominate senior level presentation at the ministerial level or at high official level and to enrich the discussions. Your leadership will help shape a truly inclusive global roadmap for traditional medicine, one that respects cultural diversity, values scientific integrity, and promotes equitable access. Dear ambassadors, excellencies, India stands ready to facilitate everything possible to make this event a memorable one and a successful one, including bilateral engagements, knowledge exchanges, and region-specific dialogues. We hope with your delegations will participate at a high level. I would like you to send messages back to headquarters recommending highest level of participation in this event. MEA works very closely with the Ministry of Ayush to make this a great event, a successful event. So we hope your delegations will use this summit to build new partnership with India at every level, and also with the WHO and others. Once again, I thank Honorable Minister for his presence today. I thank the Secretary for taking the leadership in organizing this event, and also we look forward to now working with each one of you to make this summit a great success. Once again, thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, sir, for your invaluable support and for underscoring the role of diplomacy and partnership in promoting India's traditional medicine across the globe. And now, it is my distinct honor to invite our chief guest, Sri Pratap Rao Jadhav, Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge, Ministry of Ayush, and Minister of State, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, to deliver the presidential address. Please, sir.
Good afternoon. Ambassador C.B. Sri George, Secretary, Minister of External Affairs, Vaidya Rajesh Kotecha, Secretary Ayush, Dr. Kaithrina Bohme, Advisor to DG WHO, Dr. Shama Kuruvela, Director WHO GTMC, Srimati Mona Lisa Das, Joint Secretary, Dr. Poonam Khetarwal, Regional Director WHO, Excellencies, respected diplomats, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It is my honor to extend a very warm welcome to each one of you today. We gather here in the spirit of collaboration and mutual respect. India, in partnership with the World Health Organization, prepares us to host the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine in 2025. This upcoming summit represents another milestone in our shared aim of equitable, accessible, and evidence-based healthcare system across the world. Your presence here today reaffirms the permanent bond of friendship and cooperation that center our nation. Traditional medicine has always been more than a healthcare system. It is a repository of cultural identity, of community wisdom passed through generation, and a humanity's collective knowledge of nature and well-being. This Ministry of Ayush remains deeply committed to advancing this global agenda in the close collaboration with WHO and this Global Center for Traditional Medicine in Jamnagar. Together, we aim to strengthen scientific research, enhance quality and safety standards, and ensure that the benefits of traditional medicine are available to all. Excellencies, in the post-pandemic era, the world has renewed its appreciation for integrative health approach that combine traditional wisdom with modern medicine science. This second global summit will build on this momentum, creating a platform for dialogue among policymakers, scientists, practitioners, and communities. I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the World Health Organization for its continued leadership and to all member states for their valued cooperation and engagement. I also wish to express my appreciation for the committed support of MEA. which has always been instrumental in strengthening global partnership and seamless organization of such international events. As we look ahead to 2025, I warmly invite your governments and institutions to join hands with us in making the second Global Summit a success. Thank you once again for your presence, your partnership, and your goodwill. Thanks. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, sir, for inspiring words and vision for the global advancement of traditional medicine. Your address truly captures the spirit of India's leadership in health and wellness. Your Excellencies, we may now have to bid adieu to Honorable Minister, sir, due to his prior engagements. Yes, sir. Now, before we begin the next segment of the day, can we please have a video on the screen to briefly walk you through what inspired this summit? Video, please.
How do we find balance? We find it in tradition, in practices that honor indigenous knowledge systems, offering unique perspectives on health and well-being. By bringing together centuries-old wisdom and cutting-edge science.
I think it's important that we realize that conventional and traditional medicine can go hand in hand.
Traditional medicine is not a thing of the past. There is a growing demand for traditional medicine across countries, communities, and cultures.
What we do need is to have a really strong forward-looking, progressive way of being able to recognise the medicines of millennia.
The holding of the Global Summit on Traditional Medicine will intensify efforts to harness its potential.
The first WHO Traditional Medicine Global Summit set a baseline for action, a foundation of progress, data, and new technologies to unlock the full potential of traditional medicine. The 2025 Global Summit presents a pivotal moment to take this even further, expanding the evidence base for scientific innovations in traditional medicine. Recognizing the unrelenting instability of the world today, the summit was centered around restoring balance, accelerating conversation and collaboration on topics like biodiversity protection, intellectual property rights, and the potential of AI, including the launch of the WHO Traditional Medicine Global Library. Join us as we explore how the nexus of traditional medicine and modern science can restore balance and well-being for people and our planet.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we just witnessed in the video is a powerful reminder of how balance lies at the heart of health and harmony. The very definition of health is equilibrium. Equilibrium between mind, body, soul, and the environment. This very interconnectedness, ladies and gentlemen, what all of the traditional systems of healing have been celebrating for ages. This interconnectedness between the health of a human and the nature. This is precisely why the upcoming Global Summit 2025 plays a pivotal role, because this summit brings together various stakeholders of the event from across the globe. It is the policymakers, it is the researchers, scientists, and all other stakeholders that would work towards this global vision. And that is precisely why we need all of your support in making this event a global success. Can we have the other video, please? pardon. When the global thought needs to shift, policy directions must move towards a shared goal. One of the key highlights of the forthcoming summit will be an interministerial roundtable designed to foster collaboration across ministries and other sectors for the integrated health policy. To brief us more about this and set the context, may I please now invite Dr. Shyama Kuruvilla, Director ad interim, WHO Global Traditional Medicine Center, to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Excellencies on the dais, excellencies on the floor, colleagues and friends. It is a great honor to present a brief context background about the second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine. And I thank you all for your time and your interest, and most of all, your leadership, because this is what's going to transform the world and restore balance. I thought I would start with some brief definitions on what is traditional medicine. And this is from the WHO Global Traditional Medicine Strategy that was just adopted by all member states in May this year. And you will see that there are some key elements that define what is traditional medicine. It relates to codified or non-codified systems for healthcare, and they are systems of practices, skills, knowledge, and philosophies. They originate in different cultural, historical contexts, and they predate biomedicine, which emerged in the 16th to 18th century, and some of these traditions predate that. They have continued to evolve with science and are currently in use, and going from scientific based on an experience-based origin. And it emphasizes nature-based remedies that are holistic, that are personalized, and aim to restore the balance of mind, body, and environment. So this is a comprehensive definition on what is traditional medicine. Complementary medicine are systems of medicine that are additional to the mainstream healthcare system in any country. And integrative medicine tries to merge or have a combination of these approaches. I will just give a brief snapshot of some key global trends on traditional medicine, and maybe just highlighting 2 or 3 statistics for you. One, of course, is that, as the honorable secretaries have mentioned, billions of people around the world use traditional medicine. And as Honorable Secretary Kotecha mentioned, it's not a sector, it's a heritage, it's a resource that all of us have inherited and are custodians for. So I'm sure everyone in this room has a practice that you do. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's a recipe from your grandmother's of some soup when you're not feeling well. Maybe it's a practitioner who helps on Ayurveda or traditional Chinese medicine. And this is the collective knowledge we have all inherited and the collective biodiversity resources. And it's not just in India or China. Recently, there were population-based surveys in Germany and in Ghana showing that over 70% of the population uses some form of traditional or complementary medicine. So this point is really about that this is a global use and billions of people use this. I do also want to talk about the fact that industry or the economic sectors have recognized this. And right now, there are trillion-dollar industries that are associated with traditional medicine. Some examples: the global wellness industry is now estimated at or valued at $6 trillion, and by 2028, $9 trillion globally. We have pharma, we have the bioeconomy at $7 trillion. So these are some of the rapid growth, biggest sectors that are associated with the growing public demand for the use of traditional medicine. However, what is missing to allow traditional medicine to scale is in fact what all of your leadership is here, not only the leadership within your countries, but to create this global ecosystem that enables research at scale, that enables regulatory standards, that shape markets, that enable equitable benefits and access to the benefits as well. And we're at a very exciting moment in time because the science, artificial intelligence, genomics, diagnostic technologies allow us to understand traditional medicine, to bridge the ancient knowledge with modern science in a way that has not been possible before. And so this is a moment to bring together the history and the future with what we do currently. However, having said all of that, WHO just launched the thematic issue in the WHO Bulletin just this month that is dedicated to traditional medicine. And one of the analyses is that of the global health research funding, less than 1% goes to traditional medicine. So you can see the huge imbalance and the need to scale up. So the Global Summit aims, in fact, to advance this global movement, to recognize and celebrate country leadership, and to foster a different multilateralism, one that restores balance for people, communities, and the planet. And we will showcase some of the key scientific innovations, advances, tools, and practices that each one of us can take away, but also at the global scientific and policy level. So the Global Summit has two main sections. One is a scientific technical program where we have experts from all of your countries around the world. And we also have what we're calling a discovery experience. And I'll talk a little bit more about both of these. With the technical program, we have some major launches. One, as I've talked about, is on the investment landscape. The second is what Honorable Prime Minister and heads of state had requested at the BRICS and the G20, which is the Traditional Medicine Global Library, which currently has over 1.5 million scientific publications, as well as pages for every country. And this is going to grow, and this is to be supported, and this would be protected also with intellectual property frameworks to enable scaling, but with access and benefits. We would also have integrated systems, frameworks, and the global research priorities that would direct investments. Sorry, this is a snapshot and not for you to read unless you have very, very good eyesight. But the agenda will be on the summit website and we will provide the link. But just to say that broadly on day one, we will start with a plenary on the theme of restoring balance. And there are technical sessions with plenaries and that set the stage. And then on investment, on integration, on research, on collaboration, and then more detailed parallel sessions that are the more technical parts. We would have a high-level ministerial roundtable on the 19th. That's the third day, which would be followed by a high-level closing ceremony where the leadership from all countries will be showcased, and this will be presided over by the Honorable Prime Minister. This is a little snapshot about the interactive, immersive discovery experience. It's a walk-through journey, and the space will be constructed like this. You'll see this design also on the lovely, impressive banners, which is this pattern of nature that science has interpreted as the Fibonacci curve. So if you see that pattern, that's the blending of science and nature. And there will be a special feature from the Government of India welcoming all countries with the Ayush Digital Innovation Exhibit as well. And there are these 4 zones that everyone will walk through on understanding what balance means in different traditional medicine systems, on restoring balance, where there'll actually be hands-on practical labs where on the science of meditation, on pharmaceuticals from nature and other labs, on sustaining balance, on how the global strategy gives us tools to sustain this momentum in policy, in practice, in products, but ultimately for people and the planet, and then the convergence zone on how it all comes together. And this really is where we count on your leadership, Excellencies, which is in this moment where member states have adopted the global strategy on traditional medicine, to showcase what does country leadership look like in this field. And we're talking about different areas. Traditional medicine has to count. So what are the investments? We heard one global strategy statistic on less than 1% of the research investment going there. But what do countries invest in traditional medicine sector? Is there a national ministry, or is it organized in a different way? What are the regulatory frameworks, the integration, the multi-stakeholder collaboration, as I mentioned, on intellectual property, on biodiversity preservation, on knowledge exchange, and importantly, beyond what each individual country or nation does, what are the commitments to multilateralism, a different multilateralism that focuses on equity, on inclusiveness, on sustainability, recognizing that each country has this unique, valuable heritage, but also what is the global enabling ecosystem that would enable us to take these benefits to scale. Over here is just a snapshot of some of the outreach to all of the countries. WHO from headquarters sent what's called a circular letter to all the missions in Geneva, and then who would have contacted the capitals. All of our WHO regional offices and our officer in charge of regional director of CRO can tell us more about that as well. We have a dedicated summit portal where we hope to have also, in addition to those who will be in Delhi, a space for online participation as well. And WHO has a new event management system, so everybody will get on nominations, a direct invitation for visa and travel and other arrangements. Currently, and this event is part of this, is reaching out to all the missions for support in showcasing country leadership and commitments and engagement in the ministerial roundtable. And we hope by the end of November, we'll also have all the travel and hotel arrangements done. And then we look forward to seeing all of you at the summit and moving forward on this global agenda. And thank you very much for your leadership. You will see that there is the summit website, a summit email that you can contact at any point. And once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kuruela ma'am, for providing us your insightful perspective and outlining the broader global vision. The Ministry of Ayush, as a full-fledged ministry dedicated to the Indian traditional systems of medicine, is immensely proud to be co-hosting this upcoming summit. But as I look into the audience, I see a lot of curious faces. It looks like you want to know what exactly is your role, or you're wondering, how can I contribute to this global vision? To precisely explain more about this and give you an overview of the summit, may I please call upon Ms. Monalisa Dash, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Ayush. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Excellencies. Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, Secretary West, MEA, Senior Ministry of Ayush, and Ms. MEA, and WHO officials present over here, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to present a brief overview of the forthcoming second WHO Global Summit on traditional medicine. We aim to provide an insight into the key highlights of the summit being jointly organized by Ministry of Ayush and WHO. This overview will outline how today's ambassador's reception marks the beginning of our collective journey towards strengthening the international cooperation in the traditional medicine sector. Next. So the highlights are, I would try to cover those things as Dr. Sifa said, which is not being covered by Dr. Kuribilla. So the field trips will be organized for the delegates, and we are organizing 4 field trips. And these field trips will be finalized in close coordination with WHO. Second thing is the Ayush Expo. Yes, there is a theme-based expo which Dr. Kuribilla very nicely explained. But India being the host country, as a welcome gesture to the guest, would like to show an experiential showcase integrating digital tools like AI and innovation with Ayush systems. Closing ceremony, which is planned as on 19th, will be graced by Honorable Prime Minister of India in the presence of WHO Director General. From India's side, in specifically, we would like to organize a bilateral discussions and keeping the potential, we have shortlisted 28 countries, and already we are in touch with those countries so that the discussions will be fruitful during the summit. Ashwagandha, which is a revered herb in Ayurveda, having significant global attention for its properties, we are having exclusive side events on Ashwagandha, where we'd like to exhibit the evidence-based integration of Ashwagandha into the global health and wellness system. And PM Yoga Award, which is an initiative of Government of India, where, both in the person and in the institution category, both for national and international category, we confer awards to the people. So this will again be a nice platform to honor those people during the summit. So the awards will be distributed them. I'll just slightly elaborate on the Ayush Expo. Next. Yeah. Ayush Expo highlights would be, as usual, the theme, the basic theme is restoring balance. So the Ayush, traditional meeting technology for holistic health, that is the theme. And how Ayush system, it has become, it is classical, yet contemporary, for the benefit of human across the globe. That is the theme of the expo. And it will have 4 main domains. One for the knowledge graph through historical landscape. Second is, Ayush infrastructure and its presence and its involvement in the public health system. And the research and innovation, integrating the cutting-edge technologies, will also be exhibited in the expo. And experiential zones have also been planned. And coming to the experiential zone, yes, we are adopting AR/VR technologies to give an insight to the Panchakarma therapy, which is a very worldwide acceptable and system. The Ayush Ahar zone, our traditional medicine systems have particular food systems, which is suitable to particular human, which is suitable for a particular disease. So we like to also exhibit that. What Ayush Ahar means, the Ahar that is that is there in Ayurveda, in Siddha, Unani, and there will be live testing also and QR-linked details will also be provided. There is another herbal garden zone also we have conceptualized, and the Garden of Life, where all the medicinal plants and herbs will be digitally tagged for learning. Heal in India zone, Government of India has taken many initiatives and developed the Ayush wellness infrastructure. We have also e-Ayush visa facility in place. So we would also like to showcase those initiatives taken by Government of India, which can attract the crowd from outside to come and benefit the treatment that is associated with the Ayush system in India. Also, the self-assessment zone will have one. As I was saying, in our traditional medicine systems, one methodology of treatment doesn't fit to all the body systems. So body systems are different, and accordingly the treatments are given. So a person can go to that zone and understand, he can carry out a self-assessment and understand what type of body he or she is having. So this is very interesting. I think this will also be quite beneficial. And yoga, as Secretary MEA said, yoga has reached to the nooks and corners of the world. So also we will be having a yoga fusion, where there will be yoga dynamic demonstration, blending traditional yoga postures with creativity and coordination. As I said in my previous slide, that ashwagandha is a very important drug in Ayurveda, and there is a lot of scope associated with it. So India would like to have a side event exclusively on ashwagandha. So ashwagandha, that is Withenia somnifera, it's a herb in Ayurveda, I said, and it has tremendous potential in managing stress. It supports brain health, it boosts the immunity system, it builds stamina in people. So if so many positive things are associated with the drug, we like to definitely showcase that to the world. And our main motto is to bring together the experts, policy makers, and researchers to discuss contemporary research, standardization, safety, and regulatory pathways for the global acceptance of ashwagandha-based products, so that it can be used safely by the consumers worldwide. Yeah. And then what is the opportunities that we foresee in the ashwagandha session is, we can have joint research collaborations and clinical validation with international institutes. We can have bilateral collaborations in the traditional medicine research. We can have policy level cooperation for evidence-based herbal integration. Also, which is a very important part of any medicinal plants, that is sustainable cultivation and supply chain partnership. We want to promote that even. And we want to explore the inclusion of ashwagandha in integrative health frameworks worldwide, support trade and innovation in natural health products. Coming to the next important task that Ministry of Ayush is handling is the closing ceremony, where the Honorable Prime Minister of India would be gracing it as the chief guest. And the venue is the Bharat Mandapam, that is there in the central Delhi. And along with the Honorable Prime Minister of India, WHO Director General would also be there. The distinguished addresses would be from Minister of Ayush, Honorable Minister of Ayush, and senior WHO leaders. And 500 plus people will be participating virtually in this event. And virtually means not only witnessing the events, this will be interactive interaction through this. Oh, yes, sir, sorry, that I stand corrected, 5,000, yeah. So then coming to what is my expectations from all the esteemed excellencies sitting in front of me. Yeah, next please. Yeah. So as Dr. Kuruvilla said, the invitation has already gone from WHO side through their regional offices, so that each member state would be nominating three members to come and participate in the event. So there I think all the excellencies have a very important role to play. They have to coordinate with their concerned authority in their countries to expedite the confirmation of the country nominations so that we have more participants across the globe. Second thing, we have the group of friends on traditional medicine. There are 35 countries. So we want that the health ministers of all these group of friends traditional medicine countries, if they come, they participate in the ministerial roundtable conference, that would be, that will add a lot of value, and that will be very fruitful discussion. So one request to again the excellencies is they can be in touch with their countries and request all those member coming for discussions to come prepared and have very defined agenda so that the discussions become fruitful. Then coming to the bilateral countries which I was talking about, this is India-specific bilateral countries. So we have shortlisted 28 countries where we foresee a lot of scope, where we have already either MOU in place, memorandum of understanding in place. Somewhere we are in the process of signing a memorandum of understanding. Somewhere we have done fantastic research collaboration. So all those countries have been shortlisted, and they will be coming. So we would request again excellencies to coordinate with their countries and nominate 2 persons for these bilateral discussions. And these are all will be sponsored invitations. So again, in the bilateral discussions, if some countries have some ashwagandha related issues, I request all those countries can come and they can come for the bilateral discussions as well as participate in the ashwagandha side event. This is an innovative thing, sir. We, Ms. Syama and I, we were thinking of. But a lot of cooperation from the missions are required, excellencies, your support is required. So, to celebrate the spirit of global unity, we are actually planning to have a cultural evening, and which will be followed by a gala dinner. So there, the gala dinner will be hosted by the Honorable Minister Ayush. So there, if all of us agree together, then we can have an event where we can showcase each other's traditional values and can learn from each other. So I seek your assistance in connecting us with the nationals from your country, either based in India or abroad. They can come, they can showcase the traditional folk, classical music, dance, whatever form they want to showcase and represent their countries in the summit. We will be really happy to have them. At least your representatives can come in their national attire, and that will add a lot of value to the summit. So this is the list of this is a list of countries which are the group of friends of traditional medicines. Next. And similarly, these are the countries where we have shortlisted, to have bilateral discussions. Next. So already in your folder, we have put the list of countries, and against each country, we have put the licensing officers, the officers to coordinate further with respect to this summit with their phone numbers and email IDs. So please go back, and in case of any requirement for further coordination, please feel free to contact through them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us an inspiring overview of the summit and also clearing on the roles and responsibilities each one of us have for this upcoming summit. As we move towards the close of this formal segment, it is my honor to invite Dr. Katharina Boehm, Senior Advisor to DG WHO and Officer in Charge WHO CRO, to deliver her closing remarks. Over to you, ma'am.
Honorable Secretary, Excellencies, distinguished ambassadors, and esteemed colleagues, I stand between you and the networking lunch, and I will certainly keep my closing remarks brief. It's been a privilege to co-host this curtain raiser to our WHO Second Traditional Medicine Global Summit. As we conclude today's discussion, one message stands out to me very clearly, and that is that the momentum for the use of safe and effective use of traditional medicine is clearly global, and it's growing. 170 member states now report on the use of traditional medicine within their national systems. Global policy frameworks are evolving. BRICS and the G20 platforms clearly support these important topics. The scientific underpinnings, as you've heard from Dr. Kuruvilla, are getting much stronger, and modern technologies such as the use of AI will advance progress quickly. And last not least, the knowledge infrastructure around this important topic with, for example, the Traditional Medicine Global Library is also evolving fast. So with that, let me use this opportunity to express once again, and on behalf of the WHO Director General, our sincere appreciation to the Honorable Minister of Ayush, the Honorable Ministry of Ayush, and the Government of India for their steadfast partnership and vision in advancing this important global endeavor. And you, Excellencies, as you're here, your presence reflects to us the strong interest and leadership of your respective nations in advancing this important agenda. We look forward to welcoming you to our joint summit and to your presence. And as you've already heard, we will continue to rely on your support to this important topic and to you as champions for traditional medicine, and to ensuring high-level participation from all countries around the globe, for example, also at the ministerial roundtable during the summit that was mentioned. You know, we will use this roundtable to share countries' unique perspectives, the traditional health wisdom, to inform global policy deliberations. And Dr. Tedros explicitly told me, you know, the more ministers we have in the room, the stronger the political will overall, the more important the summit will be and facilitate progress in this field. So, Excellencies, let me close by once again expressing my thanks for being here with us today, and to welcome you and your delegations to the Global Summit, 17th to 19th of December, as we work together to strengthen the foundations of a more holistic, people-centered, and sustainable approach to health for all. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Boheen, for reaffirming the WHO's commitment towards advancing traditional medicine globally. As we come to the closure, on behalf of both Ministry of Ayush and the World Health Organization, we extend our heartfelt thanks to each one of you, the distinguished ambassadors, delegates, and other mission representatives for being a part of this collective journey towards a balanced and a healthier future. I also would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the team of Ministry of External Affairs, led by Ambassador C.B. George, sir. All of them have been the driving force behind this ambassador's reception. I would also like to extend my thanks to the media, particularly XP Division, PIB, and Team WHO for your proactive engagement. As we conclude, the objective of our media colleagues to seek insights and answers remains valued. Therefore, may I kindly request Secretary Ayush and his team, along with the WHO team, to remain present in the hall for a brief media interaction, while I would also request Ambassador C.B. George, sir, along with the senior ministry officials, to escort all our dignitaries towards the luncheon at ground floor. Thank you. Additionally, I would like to also request all the ambassadors and distinguished guests, if you have your reflections about today's event or the upcoming summit, there will be a media bite area specified at your lunch area. You can please give your media bites on your views about the upcoming summit. It will be of great help to us. Thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon.